Dark Emmerdale scenes as trapped Bear covers up a serious crime. Bear was taken to Celia's farm by Ray Walters, Joe Absalom, in the summer. As a result of manipulation and abuse, Bear now believes that he is meant to be on the farm, working as a slave for Celia and living in utterly horrific conditions. Bear also thinks that he has a connection with Ray. The man gives Bear treats, allows him time off when others are working, and also gives him drugs that were once used to aid his injuries, but are something he's now more than likely addicted to. It became clear in today's episode that Ray also quite likes having Bear around. Yesterday, Celia told him to deal with Bear and also Dylan Penders, Fred Kettle, as they both posed a threat to their operation. Silencing Dylan saw Ray hit him with his car, but he didn't want to do anything to Bear. The excuse he gave Celia this evening was that he believes Bear doesn't actually know Dylan, and therefore it isn't really much of an issue. This annoyed Celia, and she forced Ray to prove his worth once more by heading to Smither Cottage to threaten Marlon Dingle, Mark Charnock, and his family. Concluding that she'd deal with Bear herself, Celia went back to the farm. Celia told Bear that she doesn't know if she can trust him. She referred to him as Bear as the conversation began, and he was adamant that he wanted to be called Ted. Bear told Celia that version of him doesn't exist anymore, a clever comment to help prove to her that he has no interest in his life in Emmerdale. To further fuel this, Bear returned to the kitchen a few hours later with something in his hands. Yesterday, after Ray hit Dylan, he made Bear clean the car, and he noticed blood on the number plate. Bear had pulled this fake one off the real one and kept it by his bed. He might have been suspicious that Ray was involved in something, but he chose to hand it to Celia, proving his loyalty again. Because Bear gave Celia the number plate that will have Dylan's DNA on it, she can now destroy it and remove the possibility of the crime being traced back to Ray. He begged Celia to let him stay, not wanting to meet a similar fate as Simo, the slave who suddenly vanished after plotting an escape with Mick. As it stands, Bear's son Paddy Kirk, Dominic Brunt, has no inkling that his father is in any sort of trouble. With Dylan unconscious in hospital, no one knows what state he'll be in if he wakes up. This means that if Dylan isn't able to tell Paddy that he found Bear on Celia's farm, the old man will continue being exploited, believing his life as a former pro wrestler with a big heart is long gone.